Hi students, today I am going to teach a topic on human physiology and the topic is on heart, human heart, and this is a diagram of human heart. So we should remember that our heart is four chambered. It is four chambered, two atria, atrium plus two ventricle. Is it okay? These two are atrium. This is right atrium, this is left atrium. This is right ventricle, this is left ventricle. Okay? And this is the superior vena cava. This is superior vena cava and this is the inferior vena cava. So, blood comes to the right atrium from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And what blood comes? It is the deoxygenated blood, means blood without oxygen. It is mixed with carbon dioxide. So deoxygenated blood comes to the right atrium through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Then it goes to the right ventricle. So right ventricle में जाता है. उसके बाद क्या होता है? After going to the right ventricle, the blood goes to the lungs. For what? To the lungs for oxygenation, because we breathe in air rich in oxygen. So वो lungs में जाता है oxygen, और वहाँ पर क्या होता है? This deoxygenated blood it goes there and oxygenation होता है, और oxygenation होने के बाद डायरेक्ट ये क्या होता है? ये pulmonary vein से left ventricle में आता है. It comes to left ventricle, then through left ventricle it goes to left atrium. To left atrium it goes to left ventricle, and from the left ventricle through the aorta it is pumped to the whole of the body. So oxygenated blood is pumped to the whole of the body through the aorta. Now we should remember that blood comes to the heart. Blood comes to the heart through vein, and blood goes away from the heart through artery. Okay, so this is vein. It comes, so it is vena cava. Name is changed, vena cava. It is the largest vein, thickest vein. Then this through vein it comes to the vena cava. It comes to the right atrium. Then right atrium say these are the valves, and there is also a valve. Here is also a valve, and here is also a valve. So valve is what? It maintains unidirectional flow. So back flow नहीं होना चाहिए, इसीलिए valve की जरूरत होता है. So this valve, this is called tricuspid valve. Between right atrium and right ventricle it is called tricuspid valve, and between left atrium and left ventricle it is bicuspid or mitral valve. And these two, between the ventricle and the aorta and pulmonary artery, they are semilunar valves. Now what you should know, that there is you should remember one thing now, that there is a exception here. All the vein carries deoxygenated blood, is it right? All the artery carries oxygenated blood, it is also right. But here we find that one of the artery carries deoxygenated blood and one of the vein carries oxygenated blood. So this is pulmonary. It goes away from the heart. So this will be pulmonary artery. But what blood it carries? It carries deoxygenated blood. So pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. Okay, this is the exception. All the artery carries oxygenated blood, but only pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood. Exception here. So question might become in your NEET examination. There will be given very much many 4 options, and pulmonary artery will be the right answer. Again you see here, notice again that you notice here. This is what? Pulmonary. These two are pulmonary vein, because blood comes towards the heart, so it will be pulmonary vein. See, vein comes towards the heart, so it will be vein. So pulmonary vein, what it comes? लंग से ऑक्सीजनेशन होके oxygenated blood comes to the heart through the pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein carries what? Oxygenated blood. This is the exception. So question, which of the vein carries oxygenated blood? So they will give you different kind of name of the veins. So right answer will be pulmonary vein. Is it okay? Okay. Now let's move ahead. Now this is the superior vena cava. Here you get a muscular patch. So this is called SA node. SA node. So this is called pacemaker of the heart. Remember it. This is called pacemaker of a heart. Pacemaker of the heart. Pacemaker, why? Because that electric impulse is generated from here, which is distributed towards the heart. So heart contracts. So this is the SA node is known as the pacemaker of the heart. Through SA node, then it goes to AV node, then through AV node it goes to bundle of His, and through bundle of His it goes to Purkinje fibers. Purkinje fibers, remember it. SA node, AV node, bundle of His, Purkinje fibers. In this way it goes. Now let's see another thing, it's cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle is nothing but what? It is arterial systole. Systole is what? Contraction. Diastole is relaxation. So arterial systole plus arterial diastole and ventricular systole and ventricular diastole, all combined, it is called cardiac cycle. And cardiac cycle, it takes 0.8 seconds. This is the cardiac cycle. Now we know there is heartbeat rate is average heartbeat rate is 72 beats per minute, and in every beat 70 milliliter of blood is pumped. So in 1 minute, how many liters, how many amount of blood is pumped? So it's nothing. 72 into 70, it is 0 724 1 77 49 0 5040. So 5040 milliliter, it is around 5 liter. So this is the and it is known as cardiac output. Okay, so cardiac output. So question might be asked, a person's heartbeat is 60 and heartbeat is 60 and in every beat it is blood is 70 milliliter. So calculate the cardiac output. So nothing, multiply just 60 into 70. It will be what? 007 into 6, 42. 4200 milliliter. Is it okay? Okay. Now pulse. Pulse is what? We find there is a this is the wrist, our wrist. So in this wrist, if you just feel it here, you will get that this, you will get a pulse here. So all these superficial arteries are there. So you will find something that ventricle pumps the blood. So through the aorta, then artery it comes, blood comes, and you will feel a sensation here. So this is called pulse. And about the blood pressure, now let's talk about blood pressure. Blood pressure. Blood pressure is nothing but blood is pumped through the heart by the ventricle. This ventricle, left ventricle. So left ventricle pumps the blood through the aorta, towards the whole body, and if lateral pressure exerted towards the arteries is known as blood pressure. Is it okay? And normal blood pressure is 120 upon 80 or 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury. Is it okay? Okay, now अभी देखो pulse pressure. There is a term called pulse pressure. Pulse pressure is nothing. But just difference between difference between systolic minus diastolic pressure. This is called pulse pressure. So here it will be normal, it will be what? 120 minus 80 millimeter of mercury. So it will be what? 40 millimeter of mercury. This is the normal pulse pressure. So if I excuse me. So if I tell you, if I give a question that I'll just twist a question, it will be like the pulse pressure is 20 is the pulse pressure equal to 20, pulse pressure equal to 20, and systolic pressure is 120. Sorry, it's like 110. What is the diastolic pressure? Question. Okay, option 1. Option 1. $130 millimeter of mercury. I have not written it. Option 2. $90. Option 3. 55. Option 4, none of these. So what it will be? It is not that tough. Earth's pressure is 20, systolic pressure is 110. So what do you do? Earth's pressure you find as what? Earth's pressure find systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure. So Earth's pressure is given 20. Systolic pressure is what? 110. So diastolic pressure will be what? Diastolic pressure just diastolic pressure subtract systolic pressure. Earth's pressure subtract. So 110 minus 20. So it will be what? 90. Is it okay? So this is the case. So thank you, and